Hello, ladies and gents. I'm SonnyLasVegas. I'm a full-time reseller. I work from home. I enjoy reselling things from apparel, glass, hard goods, home decor, jewelry, whether it be costume jewelry, modern type, but majority vintage. I like the older stuff. I appreciate a lot of things, even the things that don't have very much value. I try to bring awareness to it and show people that there might be things that they're missing out on for prices that are ridiculously low. And then for my end, I like to resell those items that I try to find at a low price and make as much profit as I can. But it's not just anything. It has to be things that I love, that I could gravitate to and see that they have some good sell-through rates. Some of them don't, but from my experiences, you don't know until you try. I just ended up listing some pants that I got at a community yard sale yesterday that I finally loaded up a thrift video on my other channel. That video tanked. It is like barely getting any attraction, and for being away about a month and a half of sharing thrift videos, that was expected. What's also expected is that I'm going to give my best attitude regardless of the attention that I get or don't, because the people that matter to me are the ones that are actually coming over here to learn more about me and not always so much about the things that I find. Although it is good to find a balance in both, with that tying into me being a Libra, I try to find balance in things, which my balance, like I was talking to my wife yesterday, isn't always 50-50. My balance is me being satisfied with what I have to give, even if that's 80%, 60%, 100%. I'm always putting people first. And for once, I'm starting to put myself a little bit more in that and taking care of me, self-care. Because if I don't take care of myself, that's right, nobody else will. So I ended up listing these wildlife, fire retardant, fire resistant aramid pants. I got them at a yard sale yesterday, along with some other things for $40. I thought I had just counted 4 of them. I ended up getting 5 of them. They resell, the ones that I got, for $50 up to $60. Some have sold for $70 and much, much better, like new condition. So I ended up listing those up on something that I haven't been doing rarely ever in my 6 years of reselling. And I have been doing more bundling on eBay. So I ended up listing those 5 pants up for $200 and I think 20 something dollars in one lot. I never do bundles, but now we're trying to get organized. I want things to move faster. And that's part of what you're going to be learning about me, is me getting organized. Was always one to make the excuse, I just don't know how to get organized. I don't get organized. Well, I'm proving myself wrong and changing the way that I think. We could do more as long as we believe in ourselves and keep practicing, coping with finding our triggers and finding our flaws and adjusting them to help better ourselves. My goal today, I got several tasks to do today, but for right now, where's my wallet? It might be in a truck because I went to the gym last night. I made this new challenge for myself of, for every dollar when I go thrifting is going to be a push-up, but it changes from thrift video to thrift video. So the next time will end up being sit-ups, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to struggle on that, but it's okay. It's good to struggle. It's challenging, and we all need challenges. Wow, it's a beautiful day, folks. And that pool right here, that pool right behind me that we got from Costco last year, summer time frame, we're supposed to set that up today. It is going to be a high of 86 in a couple of hours. And then tomorrow and the day after and the days after for some time are going to be heading up in the high 90s. So that is going to be a nice thing to cool down on, especially after the price that we paid for the new air conditioning. Although it would be good to be sitting down inside all day, I really want to be in the pool and just soak in there and enjoy ourselves, have some couple of drinks, be on a floaty like a kid, like I used to back in the day. I was afraid to do that in Hawaii, to get on the float, because I didn't want to look like a morsel for something that had sharp teeth underneath me. I got my truck stuffed in the back, but not filled up enough. This is just right here at this level. Quite a bit of shirts, vintage shirts, very few modern shirts up in here. And tomorrow we're going to see if we could get some of those sold to someone. On top of that, the back is getting filled up with donations. This one I'll be able to push in more. Got a little bit more space, so we're going to fill it up. Getting my garage cleaned up. It is starting to get warmer. I could feel it, although it feels very nice. And the birds are chirping, cheering me on to keep going. And I will. Filling up my truck as I go. The bed of the truck is still getting there. I'm maximizing all the little space inside here, the emptiness, and putting stuff that I find to give to Omar and the fam, and they could sell it themselves and make some good monies off of it. I also received, before I went to Hawaii, I received an inquiry about jerseys. This is not a jersey, but this is a pile that I have here that I am thinking about selling off as a bundle, as a wholesale. I'll see about these vintage Chicago champion basketball jerseys of Shaquille O'Neal. There are 2 of them. And then there's some that I got a while back, brand new with tags. Timberland Wolves. Who's the name on here? Bibbies? Rubio. Rubio is on here. I got 2 of them matching the same thing. And then I do have jerseys. This is going to be Breast Cancer Awareness Month of the Las Vegas 51s. The old minor league teams that used to be here, now they are the Las Vegas Aviators. I love those jerseys. I love coming across them. And I have a very unique one here of a vintage United Cycle Alpha. This was actually made in Edmonton, which the jersey here is Edmonton Ringette Club. This is a hockey jersey. Very cool, nice condition. So I am going to be putting together my jerseys and seeing what I could get out of it, if they're even interested, because although people ask, doesn't mean that they're going to get it. Everybody has a different taste for different things. So it's always something to work on. On top of that, I have these 2 here that I showed you in the past. I reached out to a couple of friends who, her husband, Rob, shout out to Rob, loves Star Trek. And her brother likes models. Well, both of them do, the husband and the brother. So I asked if they were interested in it, and they said they would get them for $40. So I made a little bit of profit off of that, off of some other things that I bought with it. So making some money as we go. Be meeting up with them, cash in hand on that, and maybe even do some thrifting that day. I think it's like the 13th or something. I have some auctions coming up on knickknacks, cleaning up the garage. Got some stuff listed this morning. All right, so I reached out to my friend, Carrie the Desert Mermaid, if she would like to join me on recording for the podcast, the Reseller Island podcast, who I am a co-host with. J. Red Flip runs it, and we brainstorm it and have goals for it as well, on top of our own personal goals that I like to talk about and share with you, because I am reaching them. I'm getting closer to them every single day by continuing to put my money where my mouth is, and also do it in a healthy way, something that isn't making me overwhelmed or stressed out like I was before. And a big difference on that was clearing out my mess. I am finding that the more space that I have for myself and cleaning up after myself has really helped me have a better mental health status of being stress-free, to where now I am back to being happy within my own home in certain areas that I would just throw stuff in by over thrifting. So get organized if you're not already. And if you're losing control, get in control. Just had the podcast with my friend Carrie the Desert Mermaid. I reached out to a couple of other people, and we're going to be working on some other guests to bring on when Jay Wright and I agree when's the right time for that. Tip wanted to come out, and during this time I was like, oh yeah, we got a turtle to check up on down here. I don't know what's wrong with this turtle, but it's starting to curl up. There's a little puffiness in the head, and it's defected. I'm gonna hunt another one of those down, one that's new. I didn't check like if there was an expiration date or something like that, but it would be fun to look at and enjoy. Tip is out here sunbathing. Oh, who's that, Tip? It's a doggy? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna let Tip enjoy him. Oh, he's like, oh, I'm going inside. That dog sounds too big. You thought I'll be able to handle that, Tip? I don't think I could handle that dog. But ladies and gents, it looks like we're about to get 1,000 views on yesterday's video. So that's going to be a mile of cardio. Carla's probably going to be waking up in about an hour or two. She was very tired, so maybe not until 6. We were supposed to be working on the pool today. I know if I started on myself, she's going to get mad at me, because like things that are from IKEA, there's always stuff that I end up working on, setting up, that you have to build yourself. it always ends up wobbly and extra parts being on the side. And I try to say, you know, we'll just save it for later. And that's the way that it is because I don't look at the manual. You know, those are just my little faults. And she knows that. So, and I know that. So I'm not going to be giving in to getting myself in trouble. I'm going to be patient and wait for her and see what we're going to do. 2 items I'm going to be adding to eBay. It's going to be this TY Beanie Boos. These TY Beanie Boo plushes, some of them can be very valuable. Some of them, not at all. But this one right here, look at those eyes right here. This Merlin the Dragon, this particular colorway, the orange and black. I've sold one before, months ago, like 2 or 3 months ago, for $45. I just re-looked this up just to make sure. And I was seeing some that were listed for around $24, $29, and they were selling at that price. Mine is not like those where they are smaller, around 6 inches. This one's 9 inches. This one in particularly was a Walgreens exclusive, and it has gone up in value since the last time I sold the previous one. It is now worth $60 up to $70. So I have mine listed up at $69 and change plus shipping. So just got that listed right now. The other item that I got, and then after this 412, Carla's going to be waking up soon. I don't think we're going to be setting up the pull today, and that's okay because I feel really tired. I feel tired from yesterday, but I feel good. I feel like a good tired, been productive type of tired. So I do want to take her out to dinner for Mother's Day. We have Tip. She's a mother. That's our fur baby. I don't want to hear from anybody that pets are not kids. I'm not the one you're going to convince on that. Maybe something else. Okay, maybe something else. But the other item that we got is right here. It's going to be this 5-finger death punch. This is a very cool graphic design. And you might see the initials more than anything. So you do want to add that inside your titles. If you find items like this, 5-finger death punch, usually the t-shirts are going for around $15 to $20. There's a lot of new stuff listed. So you need to be careful on what you list and say what the value is, because you might be just trying to compete for nothing with retail merchandise that's in the masses produced and listed on, say, eBay, which is what I am selling majority of my items on when it comes to apparel. Or actually all of my apparel is just about on eBay, and then some of the stuff is on Whatnot. But those t-shirts that I had inside the truck, I'm gonna actually be reaching back out to my buddy who's also a reseller and see if he's still going to be interested in coming over tomorrow and going through the shirts and seeing if there's anything he's willing to want for himself to resell himself or maybe even keep. But this one right here, this one's a very cool one. It is not so much a cutoff sleeve. It is sleeveless, and there are very few of these out there available. And I have it listed for $60. I'm anticipating it selling for $40 up to $60, just because I have offer available on just about all of my items on eBay doesn't mean that I get offers for them. There are a lot of times that my items sell for asking price. I do my best to try to list items that I want a good profit on. At the same time, I know by having offers available to be open to inquiries that also plays a psychological part. If somebody feels that they'll get something for, say, $5 less, it makes them feel in control. They also save $5. Before I let you go, the pants that I showed you earlier that I listed this morning, I almost totally forgot about this. I don't know how I almost forgot about this. I got an offer within an hour. I listed them at $200 and something. I got an offer within an hour after listing them for $200. Proof right here. This is my sale post right here. Sold for $200 plus shipping in less than an hour, folks. There is money to be made. You just have to find a way to do it legally, morally, and be happy about what you're doing. Find your passion, find your love, find what makes you so happy that all you can be wanting to do and willing to do is express it out into the world. Whether you say it, record it, or not, it's going to shine from the inside out. I hope you find that. Don't be focused on bad stuff, negative stuff. Laugh about it. Don't make other people's problems your problems. Your problems are your own. Other people's problems, pray for them, give them advice. That's all you could do. Be there for them when they need you, but also encourage them that they have a lot more control than what they realize. Like I've been pressing time and time again. And I say that because I've gone through all of this stuff myself. I hope you have an amazing day. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I think Carla and Tip is awake now. Perfect timing.